Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm back with another NXB video. So today I was thinking about a video idea and I was playing some attack missions and I fought an Obito, and that gave me an idea to just make video on like the most underrated ninjas in this game. And this is going to be all talking. I could show you jutsus in action and like edit it later on, but it's just one, I'm really lazy, and second, my laptop is just it's really old and it is not powerful at all, so for editing on it is really difficult. So that's why I just mostly take one video and just render it straight up with the outro. So sorry if this is going to be all talking, and yep, let's just jump into it. So first of all, let's get the obvious one out. You already know this if you watch my channel regularly. Jiraiya, you know how much I like this guy. I mean, in this game, not in anime though. In this game, like after his rekit, he's become like top tier for me, and I'll not talk about it that much because I've already like talked about him in several videos. So first of all, this one causes confusion and it also deals more damage to the confused enemies. You will not be able to take advantage of this thing that well, but it is what it is. It's still a thing, and the range on it is like amazing. And then this one, the range is also really good, and it is a damage over time, and if you can get it up to a high level, the cooldown goes down all the way to 5 seconds, and this attack with 5-second cooldown, fantastic. And it also like slows the movement of the enemies, so another good thing. And iframe, and a really good, not a really good but a good ultimate to say the least. And yeah, that's it. 120-second cooldown, yes, but you are not using him as a main. So, and let me tell you where he is underrated. So he's underrated on defenses and as a support, with confusion, damage over time and slowed movement, and also having an iframe. Like, he is top tier support unit for me, or defense, whatever he has said. I mean, both the cases, like all of these attacks help him a lot on defense, especially on, defense and support, especially on defense. This one will really help a lot if you have a higher level. Even at this level, if you just hit it once, this is fire. This is kind of like Dedra or Shikamaru's ult. It will do the almost similar amount of damage. It's just amazing, and the range on both of these attacks are really good. So let's just drop Jiraiya there, and let me talk about Obito. When he came out, people were saying him that he's trash. I made many videos saying he's not trash, and I still stand by it. I'm not saying he's a top tier or an amazing character or a really good character either. He's decent, I'd say above average, but he's still like usable in certain situations. He just gets the thing is, he came out with during anniversary, and that time people were hyped for this game, and the hype units also were like Hashirama and Madara also came during that time, and Madara was really good. And Hashirama, people said it was good, but right now I got Hashirama's kit, and I don't think so Hashirama is that great in this game. Even though he has a seal, like he is a better support unit. He is better to be used in your team as a support unit. I'll choose him above Obito, but overall in terms of kit and stuff, I think Obito's kit is way better than Hashirama. So his ultimate, here it is 120-second cooldown, so is Obito's, but the area on Obito's ultimate, that's covers the whole room. I'd say, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash, but I'd say Obito is better than Hashirama, or just a bit better than Hashirama, not like by a far margin, but he's still a bit better than Hashirama. So let's talk about his attacks. This one causes darkness and also knocks down the opponent. See, I'll be honest, if this would have been a seal instead of darkness, seal or paralysis instead of darkness, he would be top tier character. I'm just saying it. He would be a top tier character if this would have been a seal or a paralysis, but it is darkness. It can be useful sometimes, but it's not a great thing being darkness. And this attack knocks down the opponent, great AoE attack. And this is a really good attack because it decreases evasion, so could be used. It is going to be useful against Shisui, but it's a bit of stretch to say because you're not going to use him as a support that much. And this also like slows down the movement speed. That's also amazing, and that's why this attack is so good. The slowed movement speed, you don't know how amazing that thing is. Like, slowed movement speed helps you a lot in PvP. And yep, then his damage over time fire attack, 6-second cooldown, and also knocks down the opponent. Range is also pretty good, so I don't have any complaints. And this result, as I told you, covers whole room. And if you don't agree with me, let me show you a defense log, like how completely he destroyed me. So let me show you that. Even though I won the match, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And yeah, let the replay load. I was using really like characters that were old in the game, that kind of team, but I was fighting Obito one-on-one, and you will see what happens. So I was going to use my genjutsu, but that new monument or whatever fortress installation, it is just not letting me do it, and Obito is just literally destroying me. And I really don't think so that his attacks were that high level, and I use my ult somehow, but my HP is just like 1. And if for some odd reason like Shizune or these guys would have not come here, and if they would have died, I would have not got healed and I would have definitely lost the match. And I don't know, man, Obito on defense with that, I saw it for the first time, and that's what gave me the idea to make this video. And I think so Obito was really good on defense, and if you have him, you can use this trick with him. Put that new fortress installation, use Obito as a support, so I mean on that room, and he's gonna destroy opponents. So that was pretty good. And let me talk about the next one, that is this guy. The any game, people exactly like he's not great. I'd say he is a really good main ninja also. Just remove this one, this mud wall jutsu, you get the jump attack, so you can use that in PvP to go over tornado traps. And this one, this is a really good attack. It stuns the opponent, and I'll tell you, don't even know how annoying it is on defense. If you have faced like a multiple of these guys, this double Sharingan Kakashi, you know how annoying this attack is, and it will just keep on doing it. And then with this attack, he can also knock you down, and it also has an iframe, a little window, but I'll say it's, if the opponent gets lucky, he will, I mean his Kakashi will survive, because CPU does not know when to use iframe that much. So if the opponent gets lucky, his defense Kakashi will use, but other than that, knock down the opponent, and the damage is also pretty good on this one. And his ultimate, it's not bad, honestly, it's not bad. It's still a really good ultimate with 70-second cooldown. At higher level it goes down, but let's just say 70-second cooldown, and that's still pretty fire as a main ninja too. And then this one, it will defend you against Itachi shurikens, and it will also knock down the opponents. I don't know if it defends against Itachi shuriken, don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, but if it can, then that's one more positive. It will knock down the opponent, and 3-second cooldown, amazing. He's on defense, he's just a boss. I'd say he is one of the most underrated ninjas on defense. I don't know what more to say about this guy. As a main, amazing. As a defense, amazing. Support, I'd say not use him as a support. He's not that good as a support. And let's just move on to the next one, and that is Shikamaru. If you have the new ultimate, then better, but even with the old ultimate it works. So one of his attacks will cause like paralysis, so if you're fighting a ninja and he's with you, like this will really help you a lot. And then this parachute jutsu, it will knock down the opponent, and also inflicts darkness, you can see, and also decreases defenses. So that is a pretty good jutsu to have as a support. And this attack does a lot of damage. Even without this defense debuff, this attack does a lot of damage. And if you have got the defense debuff on, like this will do a really good amount of damage, and with paralysis again. And if you have the new ultimate, that is going to be way better, but still he is really good. And the Sam in which annihilation is the weakness, like this jutsu comes in really handy. You can grind Sam with this jutsu if annihilation is one of the weaknesses. So that's also one positive about Shikamaru. He is also one of the most underrated ninjas. And then this guy right here, he's underrated because he's red, and he's good because he's red. That's the main reason. If I do not have the other new force, if you have that, you can replace that with fireball, and he becomes much more, I mean he becomes way better than that, I mean than this kit right here. So let's talk about his Chidori stream. The cooldown, it is high, but it can stun the opponent for a short amount of time, and that short amount of time is still like comes really handy. That's why I told you the new 4-star that will stun for a medium amount of time, I guess. That is good. That is much better than his fireball jutsu. And then this one, it will knock down the opponent. It also works as an iframe, and this is much better iframe than double Sharingan Kakashi's, because once you are in the air, no attack will hit you, honestly. So that's really good. But once you come down, of course, so it is kind of like, I'd say the time is kind of like just a little bit less than Itachi V2's iframe, just a little bit less, but it's still fucking good. And it also like knocks down the opponent, and the damage, since he's red, is really good. And if he stuns you, Like his basic attacks will literally shred through you. He does a lot of damage with his basic attacks. If like that's why I said that this short timing is also really useful, and this will not what do you say, inflict paralysis all the time. So sometimes it will and sometimes it will not. That's why the new 4-star is required, because that will stun the opponent every time. So yeah, he is really good, and with this ultimate, it's just a really good ultimate too. So and it also inflicts paralysis, which is not required because it is literally one hit. So yeah, Sasuke is also really good, and I guess I only have to talk about 1 or 2 more ninjas. I'll talk about Killer Bee too. I don't have other jutsus of his, just one more, this one, and this is why he's so good. 4-second cooldown with like causing confusion and also knocking you down. Like, he is amazing, to be honest, that attack. And this is an okayish attack, but there's other rare that will like stun, I mean that will knock you down. That is also a really good attack, and his ultimate is decent, but he's not like a really good unit, but he's still underrated in my opinion. He should be appreciated a bit more. And then we'll move on to the final one, and that is the latest one, Shisui. Just kidding, not Shisui. It is Kabuto, and he is honestly really underrated. People did not like his kit. I don't know why. His ultimate is comparable to Killer Bee's, sometimes better than Killer Bee, and sometimes if you are going against an iframe user, Killer Bee's ult is better, but if not, then Kabuto's ult is much better than Killer Bee's. And I have his jutsus, the 4-star and one 3-star and an ultimate on my second account. But as I told you, editing is really difficult on my computer, so I do not want to go on to the other app and then record it again and again. So sorry for that, but let's just talk about his jutsus. So one of the attacks will stun you. It is kind of like Mitsuki's attacks, in which he like extend his arm and brings the opponent closer, but this will also stun the opponent for medium amount of time. That is great, and the cooldown on it is also really less. And then his 4-star, that's an amazing jutsu in this game. It will knock you down first of all, and if you are in that poison puddle, your movement speeds are really slow, and then it will also just keep on doing damage again and again, and it will also poison you. So that's also pretty fire. And his other rare, it is just a normal attack, nothing great about it. I don't know about the damage that much, as I don't have it, so I cannot comment it over that. But his ultimate, as I told you, it is comparable to Killer Bee's, and Killer Bee's ult is not that bad. It is, yeah, it's not a great ultimate, it's a decent one, but still it is a good ultimate. And as a support, with that paralysis and with that poison, he works really good as a support. And on defense, he's amazing. As I told you, like he will not be able to use he will not be a good main because of the reason he's red. Defense are gonna suffer, and he does not have an attack that has teleport, so you have to remove one of his attacks to use the dash. So and red characters, in my opinion, are not supposed to be used as your main characters, except Naruto. Other than that, I don't think so any red character is good as a main ninja. So that's about it. I think so these guys are really underrated, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on them. Yep, that's it. Let me know if you agree with me or not in the comments below, and stay tuned for more. I'll meet you in the next one.